Hey guys, just having a few issues with the internet and the Zoom account, so it's going to give them a couple of seconds just to try and get the internet up on the Zoom live video. Otherwise, we'll just do this on Facebook, and I'll put a post up with the link on the Zoom later.
Yep.
So this is the class 1, and we're going to go through a series of about 4 classes on the Kimura grips, and most importantly about trying to get and secure the Kimura. The Kimura is one of the better options for both gi and no gi. It's one of the tightest holds. You can use this for like using it to sweep, you can use it to submit, you can use it to control your partner. One of the things I like to do is, instead of hunting the Kimura, I kind of like to wait till my partner posts on my leg or posts on the hand, and we'll have a look at it, trying to grab it from there. I'm going to go through the reasons why so many people have trouble with Kimuras from the closed guard first of all, and then explain to you about how I like to grab the Kimura. And we're going to have a look at what I call an inside Kimura grip instead. And this is one of the ones that I have a lot more success with controlling, and the triangles and the arm bars come along a lot faster. Just got everything up my car, please. So one of the issues that we have with the Kimura grip is that I kind of need the arm to be over here for me to grab it. And a lot of the time that my partner's inside my guard, the arms are really tight. One of the ways I got taught to do it, which I actually don't do now, like I've never had much success with this, was what we call the swim. So, and I've taught this in class, but it's more about the foundations of it. So I'll swim, my partner's hand to the ground, I then grab, and then I'll look for my Kimura. So there's a lot of issues with that. Like, once again, is if I swim and my partner doesn't put the hands down, and I'll try to swim, or I put my hands here and I grab my wrist, and then they're in a position to control me. And I kind of didn't like that a lot. So what I started to do was I started to break my partner down with my legs. But the issue once again was that the hands became on the inside. So I kind of go, yeah, look at, and break my partner down, and then I'd kind of wait for him to put the hand on the ground or something, and then that would post up, and then I'd get the Kimura, but that never happened either. So I played a little bit of a different game. I'd get my collar grip or sleeve grip from here, and I'd set up a really lazy, like, knee shield, but I'd keep the control. This is the hardest part about the entire move, is this. I've got to bring her hand, I've got to bring her arm in front of my knee. So I don't want it to be here, and she doesn't really want it to be here anyway. So what I'm trying to do is I'm going to slide my knee forward, and I'm moving my head away from here. That sets up the Kimura grip. And it's a really tight grip. My other foot's still onto the hip. And I've got the elbow, and I'm holding the elbow. So let's have a look at that again. It's a little bit different way of setting up, but this is one of my preferred ways of setting the Kimura grip up, instead of trying to hunt it. So a lot of time the hands on the ground, etc. Everyone that's decent, even with the hands on the ground, you're not going to be able to get the Kimura. So it's exactly the same thing, guys. I get my sleeve grip, I get the collar grip, I move, I do the sweep. And what I'm doing is I'm trying to go really slow. I pull the arm, pull my knee, and I roll my knee to the ceiling. So the arm's in the perfect Kimura position. She can't drive back into me because I've got the gi grip. Everything's set up. Even if my partner is not a good option, even if my partner tries to go for the ankle lock on the trap leg, like it sweeps in. So it's very hard for them to finish this. So it's just desperation. Come on, so. Oh no, it's just like, you're going to get coaches ankle lock, oh yeah, cool. So the grip once again, and the detail is once I'm here, it's really weird by having Zoom, not being able to see. 1 and 2. So what I'm doing is I do the same thing, place the scissor sweep. And that normally kind of think the sweep, so they're going to try and put the post down, which is exactly what I want. So everything locks into position. I'm driving off my shin, I'll pull my head, and once this comes through, my foot's on hip, and I simply turn it up. So in the perfect position to get the Kimura. And I'm keeping this tight, and I'm keeping this tight. So everything's in perfect, knees up nice and high. Even if I try and rest, like they try and go backwards and sit backwards, I keep the control on the collar, and as you can see, it's just going to put me in a really good position to keep this 90-degree angle. One more time. Get my grip. It's one of my favourite grips, left hand in the collar. I love working this way. Most people pass the guard this side, which is why I normally hit it this side as well. Grip from here, lazy sweep, warm, knee goes through, and I'm kind of right. And now whether they do or they don't, I'm doing my actions. So my shin drives forward, bop, my head pulls away, and now this is the hardest part, especially if there are weights on my leg, is I've flipped from here. So I've got the space to attack the Kimura, everything's at 90 degrees. When I feel it's ready, so once my knees hit the 90 degrees, I'll let go and I'll grab the elbow. If my knee's still here, I won't let go, I want that control. So I normally just go and start to hip escape, and now I set the trap up. I'm going to swap over guys, 1, 2, 3. So we have the basic grips set up, which is a sleeve, and we do the small hip escape to put the shin through across the thumb. I said that this is hard because I'm generally going to be like looking for my guard pass. I'll just turn you 45 degrees this way. So I want to drop my weight down, I'm looking for the guard pass. See how my elbow is out? So this is the hardest part. You're going to drive with the shin. Now, your knee comes through and it puts me in a position to have a more. You've got to keep the wrist pinned, and me personally, I don't let go of the collar till the knees are 90 degrees. But even so, we're in such a bad position, well, I'm in such a bad position from here. Okay. So it's the basic. So I love how things work off the same attack, like the basic sweep. So you've got your arm bar, your cross collar choke, your triangle, your Kimura, your Omna Plata, everything working off the same kind of style system. So once again, where I go, and it might be that I go to guard pass mode instead. So as I'm going guard pass mode, the most important thing is to create the distance to drive your knee through. So what I want Emma to do is she locks me with her leg, moves the head away and the arm. Now it pops the knee through the middle, and when I exit 90 degrees, she'll let go, she'll control. The downfall about this move here is if she pushes me away too far, right, she loses the control. So you want to kick me here. So you're not kicking me away, you're just turning inside the zone. Okay, one more time. There's a lot of detail in this. It's not quite as simple as grabbing, but you see that the Kimura here is a really good option to finish. I find that this is a far better finishing style Kimura than the other one where the hip bump sweep variation, etc. So I'm inside the guard, she gets controls. Can I just move your head that way so okay. Thanks. So as I'm passing the guard from here, so she goes knee shield, everything locks into position, head goes away, arm goes away, pop, knee comes through. She now pushes my wrist down to like a Kimura. Is that? Yes! So we're attracting it.
It's not your hip.
Yeah, 100%.
Instead of dragging it.
No, because if you drag it up, I'll get control. If it's on your hip, it's at 90 degrees. And what you can do now, this sounds really weird, you're going to put both your knees under my armpit. Cool. So from here, now your left leg flares down, your right leg opens up, left leg goes your right leg goes round, pop, and you turn. So you're actually going to turn to my back with a Kimura. And I can't get out of it. So like I said to you, one of the finishing options from here is that you get a really legitimate back take with a policeman's handcuff, and I can't really turn out of it. Okay. Swap over guys, we're going to have a look at now finishing the Kimura, and the stock standard Kimura, so the entangled arm, Americana, hammer lock, whatever you want to call it. So 1, 2. Once again, guys, is when I do my basic sweep, if I move this way, I'm blocking it out. So when I do my basic sweep, I'm moving out to the side, and that gives me better penetration as well. So I've got my knee straight through from here. I now hold, rock and roll, baby, pin. This is the hardest part about moving. I'm putting my knee to my chest, pop, which gives me my Kimura finish. So everything's tight. So if Emma tries to walk around my guard, you have to kill the foot, and that puts me in a position. Sorry about this. To finish, it puts me in such a good drive position. So puts me in such a good drive position that I can kick off your body and finish the Kimura. And again, so the small detail I can put this way is that kind of shots? Yeah. Shortcut system. Bop, drive, bop. So for me, even if I'm holding this to sit up, she's got access to run my guard and run to my back. Like all she does is put this hip down. Yeah, and she's got the option to take my back. So instead of giving her that option, what I try and do is I try and lock her into a position that she's forced onto my shin. So from here up, so what I'm doing is my knee comes to me, so she's forced, so she's forced onto my shin, and I've got the track. I also like to make sure I've got my back of knee to back of knee here, which means that for her to pass my guard, she's got to kind of drop this hip down and run the opposite way, which gives me the Kimura. Yeah, I'm going to catch in guard. So once this is the finish move is I dive through. I'm going to do is I keep my legs straight, back in my full guard. Arms back behind the head. They can't drop my guard out. Everything's nice and tight, and we finish. So I want to make sure that she's still in my guard. And that when we finish it, that we're going back to full guard to finish as well. And again. Slow motion, moving away from our partner, create the space, knee goes through from here, so it's a really bad, so I'm trying to sweep, she close, my knee goes high, knee high, but from here, draw my knee in to me, catch, I still like the gi grip, but I don't go the wrist, I still keep this. From here is, I now turn the body, kick, reset. Stop both guys, 1, 2, 3.
Can you do computer work, please? Do your reading exercise.
Inside the full guard, close guard, from here. As I'm passing the guard, all Em has to do is make sure that her right hand controls. I'll back up past the guard, gives her the knee shield. She now slowly moves her head away, arm and drives us through, pop, and now remember, turns the knee to the ceiling, trapped. Drives her knee to her chest, and now runs her hand over, goes to Kimura. Come on, so look at Kimura grip. Excellent. So now, all she does is, keeps, try and go below the elbow, try and go up the elbow. Yeah, right. So now, keeps the legs straight. Boom, get the back guard. Back guard. Boom, and back to the full guard. And if I turn the wrong way, you've got the one up the back. Okay. So if your partner's really strong, or if you're injured, or if you're lazy, or just for something different, we're going to work with 2-on-1. We're going to use the knee. I'm going to talk him through. She hasn't done this before, guys, so let's see how good my coaching is. So she grips up, exactly the same position, guys. So knee shield, boom, basic sweep, I close.
leg goes to the ceiling, pulls me in. Now what she's going to do for me is she's going to go 2 on 1 on my wrist. Okay. But her knee has to stay 90 degrees. She starts to push the wrist up behind my back. So there's just the 2 on 1 option on that one as
2 on
well.
1, I'd probably be running out 2 on 1 hand there rather than 2 on the wrist.
I'll talk you through. So, Emma's in my cup. So just an option, so you guys don't swap over yet. So the thing about this way is I drive here is, once I'm here, we're talking, sorry?
No.
So we're here, and I'm trying to turn my body, but that's as far as I can get my body. So I come underneath it. And what I'm doing is I use my knee to trap. You feel the difference in that? So if I'm here, as I'm forcing her weight's a little bit tipped, no matter how far, so my hand comes to it. But this knee's past 90 degrees. I'll roll, and come on, I'm just doing the other side. So I've got to the Kimura position from here, and I'm hold the hold of my belt and my gi, and I'm having trouble sitting up. So my knee flares past the 90 degrees, right? And I slowly just lift. And that should come off from here. So you couldn't have a shot that way. So just make sure that that knee goes past the 90 degree line. I initiate the guard pass, she gets the grip, knee shield, boom, perfect. Head away, arm away, knee to the ceiling, excellent work, nice. Now, yeah, so what she's going to do is her knee's going to flare a little bit and she's going to run both hands down to my wrist and lift. So even if I roll to get out of this, she goes straight to the back, and even if she lets go, we've got the back. It's a really good transition. So that even if we lose at Kimura, we're having to look at the options for this. One of the ways that I had people counter this when I started playing this was people started to stand up inside my guard. So instead of passing the guard on their knees, the higher level guys started to pass from the standing position. And I'll do exactly the same concept, but what I'm doing is I'm driving into my partner a little bit more. I'll explain. So the move was that I'd start to do my basic script. My partner now sees the opportunity to start to come up, right? So what I'm doing is I'm still going to do exactly the same thing. I'm going to drive my knee through, but what I'm doing is I'm basically going to Omna Plata. So I'm keeping this pinned and I'm using this. So I roll my legs and I just sit on Omna Plata instead, because it's so far down. I'm not going to do that because that's not what we're doing today. But we're going to have a look at that as an option later on. Okay guys, I'm going to get the first person back up again and we're going to have a look at this, the option as far as using it to take the back instead of using it to submit my partner. And it's really easy. We do this from the Omna Plata as well, but we're just going to do it from the tomorrow. So 1, 2 from here. Boom. So what I'm doing is my weight is on this foot and I'm kicking my foot into my partner and I'm trying to get them above, like their arms too short, they've moved away a little bit, I can't quite get it. So what I do is I put my hook in from here and I flare my knees. Boom, put my hook out. I take it back. Okay. The reason why I put my foot in is I need to control her from running past my guard, so I need to go to like a double hook. So let's have a look at that again, guys. It's a really cool way to take it back, and the way that they defend it gives me the Kimura. So I'm either going to get the Kimura, I'm going to get the back, or well, from here, so pushing, driving away, bop, 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 bop. I'm like, man, I'm so far, I've lost it to Kimura. My foot goes in. So it's basically like I've got 2 feet in. My shins are on her stomach, and my toes are on the outside from here. I now flare both of my knees and I'm pulling. So, bop, 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 boom. Kick out, hook, and look for the back. This here, if she tries to turn out the back control, is what holds it in position. So if she tries to turn towards me, to get out of back control. She can't. Got it. So I just give her pin to this. And now we're in a perfect position for the seatbelt grip, which finishes off the sequence that we did last week, which is the seatbelt grip from the back. Okay. So we're going to swap over, guys. Sometimes for half an hour is not quite enough. It's like one or two texts and it's, but sometimes that's all we need. Okay. So I'm passing the guard and we go to knee shield, moves away, drives the knee through from the upper, and I'll move that to the side. So I'm kind of racing the guard. So she puts both feet in, and now this is the hard part. She's going to flare her knees and pull her other leg out and put it over. Right. So even if I'm here, but she's got this. So as I'm trying to run past her guard, so it's a really good control. It stops me from completing the turn. And if I turn the other way, I don't even know if I'm here. If I turn the other way, then obviously you're going to take the back control. So again. Pass guard. Knee shield close, pops through from here like that. So both feet in. And what she's trying to do, she's trying to keep so that her left hand pushes into my face. Yeah, so that, can you see how that, so if you pull me in, I can crush it. So that gives me right. Now, as I try, I'm generally going to go like that. So you go hook, you go pull, disengage hook, pull, pull. Now my arms behind like that. This is fine, I'm cool. No stress at all.
Really? Really? Let's see how
Nothing to worry about there, guys. Don't worry about it. And again.
you know you'd almost have to make an eating out of something like, oh,
Yeah, you almost got me there. Almost. Okay. Boom. Knee shield. So once again, guys, the whole difference between the sweep, the armbar, Omna Plata, and triangle is that we're putting that leg in front. So the leg that should be sweeping now comes across in front. As you do it, and I'll get hold of the belt or something like that. So you push wide, put the hook in. Now, I'm just going to show you something here, just kind of crazy. Emma's going to pull my head underneath the bottom, and her bar hook is going to lift to the ceiling. Right. So we've got the sweep as I come up, straight into the triangle. So you've got heaps of fun little things to do from here. Because I'm going to come up, I'll go straight to the triangle track. It's a crazy little thing. Okay, so we'll go back to the back take. Add that in there, guys. Not too far off track, I guess. Maybe. Passing the glider. Knee shield comes through, control, push my head down, remember? Nice. As I try and slip off the hook, you disengage the hook, come around, force arm up behind my back. And you can finish it here. So if you can go 2 on 1 and lift it up, or go back to where you were. So now if you go this way, I'm trying to run, I can't choose any other way. So your left, so your left hand's pushing under my head. No, not like here. Push under. So as I'm kind of choking myself, I can't turn. And as I'm trying to turn, put your right leg over my shoulder. Nice. Yep. So that's a really cool way to finish the Kimura. Like, there's so much pressure on my shoulder, it's really hard to finish that one. It's a really cool little entrance into the Kimura. Yeah, it's different. Like the standard Kimura is really easy to deal with if you know how to do it and if you see it coming. And I'm going to show tomorrow. I'm going to show the standard Kimura counter as well, so you guys get to have a look at that, which will be a no-gi variation. Gi or no-gi is exactly the same. One last time, guys. So I'm going to have a shot. So attention to detail. Once again, I need this. This is kind of not so important, but it helps control the distancing. If you guys do like your butterfly guard or your butterfly guard, you can do this exactly the same thing from the butterfly guard. I'm in perfect position. So we're from the closed guard or full guard, we're still in the perfect position to finish off and complete the Kimura. Okay, back to full guard. So whether it's full guard, whether it's butterfly guard. The key factor is this. The second key factor is that I need to do my basic sweep. And what I'm doing is I'm moving my knee forward and I'm moving my head away. Once I'm in position, I roll. Pop. And that puts me in the perfect position to do the Kimura. Once again, guys, I need my knee past 90 degrees just to finish it. So I can either go to the single hand Kimura, I can run it to double hand Kimura, I can sit up in Kimura. The sit-up's pretty hard to do, so if you're going to do the sit-up, remember you pull your partner forward and get the Kimura. The option number 2 is that I'm having trouble, she might hold my goal, just I'll miss the position. So I kick, put my hook in, but I don't cross my feet. Flare my knees, pop, and kick over. And I'm in the perfect position to finish from here. So okay, is that too tight? Too tight? Sorry. So, dealing with a couple of little injuries at the moment. We're going to get Emma to one more time for him. You okay with that? Sorry. And then we're going to have a look at the secondary setups of this tomorrow. So all this week the 10 o'clock classes are dealing with the Kimura, and all the 6 p.m. classes are leg locks and knee bars. I just think to give you guys a really good option for them. So controls, passes from here, knee slides through, as I post, comes behind, turns me, and this time it kicks both feet in. Remember guys that you've got to keep the tension from there. So as I try and step off the hook, try and come around the guard, pop, controls, pushes up. And the way I like to do this from Emma's point of view is that sometimes it's really hard to push the arm up because where you are. So as I move, you bring your top leg over my shoulder. And that creates this whole drive so that now there's a lot of pressure into my shoulder. Worst comes to worst is if you let it go, they roll that into a triangle anyway. So it's a really cool way just to have a look at a different point of view on the Kimura. For those of you that wanted to know, I've had a couple of people ask me about it. This is one of the ways I like to play what we call jellyfish guard. It's a guard that I like to play a lot. Well, I did my right knee and had a lot of issues with my right. I couldn't lift with my right knee. Like I couldn't put any weight onto it and I still wanted to wrestle. So what happened was I'd start up this guard, which would be the control. You've been really good guys. So I'll do exactly the same thing.
Excellent.
Hip escape, boom.
Excellent.
Knee through, and what I do from here is I now bring my foot to this position. So my injured leg was completely out of the equation, and I'd sit. So as my partner would go past the guard, I'd use this to elevate, and I'd be able to put my partner into basically anything like triangles, arm bars, sweeps, whatever I do. So the jellyfish guard is basically just I'm using this hook across the body, and I'll let this one just dangle. So I guess we're trying to make the shape of a jellyfish, and there's the tentacles dangling. I have no idea. I don't know what's called jellyfish guard. But anyway, so that's the entrance into the Kimuras. Like I said, guys, it's not basic by any stretch of imagination, but this is a far better way that I've found to enter into the Kimuras and get a lot better results and options. Once again, I'm really sorry about the Zoom, guys. I'll have a look at the internet here at the gym and find out what's going on, but it's not working. Thanks very much, guys. Be safe. Cool. Thank you.